Little attention is paid to the subject of grieving in cats, largely because they are often seen as independent animals that retain much of their wild nature. But cats do exhibit behavioral changes after the loss of another cat. Today, Zhang Animal's mom would like to share such a story with you. Grief in cats is very real, and there are a few ways to help a grieving cat. I still remember the day like it was yesterday. I returned home one afternoon to find that my cat Sadie had passed away. She had a heart condition, so we knew the day would come eventually, although we were not at all prepared for it to happen so suddenly. I also was not prepared for her cat buddy Trouble's response to the sudden loss. I looked around the house to check if the other cats were alright, but I couldn't find Trouble. I continued calling and searching for him. Eventually, I found him cowering in the corner of my closet. To say that cats do not have feelings is such a fallacy. Trouble was visibly shaking and freaked out. He started crying when he saw me. Sadie moved in at the tender age of 6 weeks, and Trouble immediately took her under his wing. They were always together over the 7 years that we had Sadie with us. My guess is that he witnessed Sadie's heart attack firsthand. He eventually recovered, but he was never quite the same. He was no longer our alpha boy. He became quiet and subdued. I'm sure that when he passed 6 years later, his heart was still broken over the loss of Sadie. We both grieved over her. I wrote a book about losing her and called it Sadie's Heart, a Kindle download on Amazon.com. I have also witnessed a cat's grief over the loss of her human and home. When I adopted 12-year-old Pickles from the Van Nuys, California shelter, she was grieving the loss of her human who had passed away. She settled into our home nicely, and we became pals, but there was a sadness to Pickles. She never did befriend the other cats, preferring to be solitary or to sit quietly by my side. I know she came to love me, but I was not her human. She was with us for 4 years before she passed to join her human on the other side. Cats do grieve over the feline friends, humans and homes. You might see them acting depressed or withdrawn. Sometimes with the loss of their human, they may become more attached to you for fear of losing you. While cats don't like change in general, losing a fellow cat, their favorite human or their home, is a change they may find challenging to adapt to, especially without some support. But we can get them through the process by following these guidelines. Helping your cat to overcome grief can be especially difficult if you are grieving at the same time. Sometimes it can be helpful just to share your feelings. Should you get another cat friend for your grieving cat? If your cat is grieving the loss of a cat friend, you may be tempted to bring home a new buddy for her. Eventually, this might be a good idea, but it's best to wait until your cat is over the worst. What to do if the cat is mourning the loss of a human? If your cat is saddened by the loss of a human, be consistent with your attention to her. If you are taking in a grieving cat who is mourning over a human, give her a calm, stable environment and plenty of time to adjust. In either case, love, patience and time will help your cat to get back to normal. The surviving pet may seem withdrawn and depressed. Often their personality changes and a shy cat could become more demanding of attention. One of the most heartbreaking situations occurs when the surviving pet cries and looks everywhere for the missing loved one. This futile and heartbreaking search can carry on for ages. Although it sounds macabre, sometimes it can be helpful to allow the surviving pet to say goodbye to the body after a furry friend has died. They may sniff and examine the body, cry or ignore it altogether, and any reaction should be considered normal. That's the only way we can explain to them what has happened to their friend. Viewing the friend's body allows them to understand he's not coming back. They still grieve, but aren't driven to look for the missing body. If you all enjoyed the video today, please like and share it with your friends. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.